So here's a trade recap for the trade I took today on YM, and this is based off weekly context, where we are going from external to internal, right? External to internal. Now I was looking at price expecting the 50% of the previous week's candle week. Then when we come into daily charts, we can see Monday consolidation, Tuesday creating the high of the week via two stage. So we have an SMT that is paired with a PSP, right? So we have this is an SMT paired with a PSP. So when you come into NASDAQ, you can see we have this SMT, and then this candle is closing bearish inside this gap, right? But looking at ES, so we are seeing ES is creating lower lows and then it's closing bullish, right? With this being our draw. Sorry, failure to reverse. Then coming into Wednesday, I was looking at price respecting the 50% of the previous day's week. And so we dropped to the 4 hours, and then we put our objective there, and then we mark out the open, right? So I marked out my 18 candle prior to the open, and then we are creating a whole of failure swings here. And whenever price creates failure swings like this, we want to wait for price to expand and create gaps for us to trade away from, right? So when we drop to the 1 hour here, we can see that price failed to manipulate this, which means expansion, right? So failure to manipulate is basically a continuation signature, right? Okay, so now what is important for me was this gap here. The moment we expand away from these failure swings, we created this gap. And then at 9:30, which was the equities open, right? Here, we had this SMT after this SMT. So when we go to NQ, right, so we had the first stage, which was the high of the day, which created the high of the day. And then we confirmed that high of the day with a two stage. So first stage SMT, second stage SMT. When we go to YM, we have the first stage and then the second stage SMT, where this is having higher high. We are having a lower high on YM. And then we are also having a lower high with the 9:30 and 10 a.m. candle, where NQ is having 9:30 and 10 a.m. candle, sweeping the high and then closing bullish. YM, failure to sweep the high and then closes bearish, right? So we can say that the high of the day has been put in via two stage. And then, so from here, I dropped to my execution time frame, which was the 5 minutes, and then was waiting for my entry signature, right? So we had the first stage SMT, first stage CISD here, and then we had the second stage CISD here. So here became my execution and my stop here at the bodies of this candle, targeting 3 hours to these lows, right? Somewhere around here. So this was my trade, and that's it. I was done for the day. Although price kept going lower, but that was the trade for the day. See you guys on the next one.